Hey guys, welcome to episode 9. So what I've done is I've let the resources build up for the complete phase 2, and in the meanwhile I've gone around in the world and explored and gotten some hard drives for us. In order to do that I had to do some research in the MAM. So if you go to the MAM you'll see I've essentially completed two parts of research. One is for the protein inhaler, just because I was fighting so many guys when I was out and about. And the second thing is I did the change for the studying for the radio signal scanning, so I could look for the hard drives, and then the Explorer, so I could drive around. So we got some of those resources done in terms of the unlocking. Then what I've done is I've actually started using these top two belts because I needed to get oscillators to make the car and do the research for the hard drives. So I set up this little temporary factory over here on the third level. So below here, we've got our limestone and iron. This is the coal, and then now this is the new level that I've just finished building for getting the materials for the silica and for the quartz. So we haven't extended that all the way to the storages. We'll do that later. I just thought this temporarily so I could do that research. And over time, this is just stacked up. So we got lots of hard drives to do some scanning. So I think let's head back to the main base. Let's go and hand in the parts for phase 2 and unlock the tier. Now, rather than run all the way, we can use the hypertube. That's cool. We can just zoom all the way there without having to do much running anymore, which is fantastic from going to and back from the factory. So this is going to be great going forward. We should have enough of the materials because I have been out and about for a while now. So let's have a look. Okay, definitely good on the automated. Yeah, we should have more than 10 stacks there. 10 there. Cool, let's hand in. Okay, so let me just create a dash. I can just temporarily dump stuff in. Then let's get. So we need 500, 500, and 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of these. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is this. 5, 6, 9, 10. Okay, that's done. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. That's done. And then just 100 of those. It's going to get some beams and some pipes. Just so we can create some storage bins to dump them in. And then we can feed them into those 3 slots. We can actually leave these storages up now going forward as well. That doesn't block this path. But we'll see that just now. Okay, so let's just connect these up. And send them off. That is just so rewarding. Great. I'm just going to give a little bit of time for this to start feeding in there. And then, yeah, I'll be back just now. Then we'll send it off. Time to unlock the next tier. Let's go. Shiblo. Nice. Hey, let's look at the research. Now we get the cool stuffs. Okay, so we got the gas. Love that for the increased storage or inventory spots. Definitely going to do that one. Obviously going to have to do the computers as a next priority. And then the main thing we love, train. Can't wait to get into the trains. And then we can also unlock the MK4 belt now. Just need the computers and the heavy modular. We can make some of those by hand, but the computers we might just actually spend some tickets on and buy those. But let's see how we go. What do we need for the jetpack? Jetpack's also inventory slots, which is really coveted. So that's nice. So I think first things first, let's get the gas mask going. Oh no, we can't because we need the oil processing. Okay, let's jump into the oil processing. So let's do this research first. I see we need to automate the motors. We've got all these other ones automated, so let's hand in those and then we'll worry about the motor next. Okay, 100 of that. Pipes. After running out of inventory space here. Let me do a cleanup quick. Okay, and then we can actually start the hard drive research too. 7 to go, which is awesome. That's a lot of space. Okay, we need 5 more motors. So I think it's a good time to actually do the motors now. We do have excess stators, and I think we need the stators for the motors. Stators and rotors. Yeah, stators and rotors. And I think we've got, don't quote me on it, but I think we've got 3 stators additional. Let's have a look. Yes, we're using 2.5 of the, which ones we making? 2.5 of the 5. Okay, so we've got 2.5 available. We still want to be able to build up some, so we want to use less than 2.5. And then the rotors, we were producing 4.8 and we're using 2, so we've got 2.8 available. Okay, so let's go for 2 of each maybe. If we look at 2 of each, we come into the rotor, we can drop this down to maybe 1, and then that'll be 2 of each with a little bit extra for that, so that'll slowly build up time in our stash and that'll slowly build up. And then yeah, we can beef this up later and we can look at the production lines and everything. Let's just get this automated for now. So yeah, let's link this guy. Okay, select that to be the rotor. Stators and rotors are all coming off the bottom pad now, so we're going to need 2 separate smart splitters. Do one this, one there. And build it on the wall grid. That's let's switch these around. This one needs to be on the floor. This one needs to be on the sky. Just 1 block away. Okay, stators on the left, overflow, rotors on the left. Okay, then let's set these ones for the stators, rotors, this one. Okay, we just need to power this one up. The rotors will slowly building over time. Let's drop this down to 1. And let's give it a little turbo booster here. Cool, so that's going to start building up. Let's get that linked up to our conveyor, our sushi. Great, it's going to send along the bottom line. So now we just got to work on this side over here and get that split. Yeah, good. Because now we want to move this all over one block. This is now going to be for the overflow, and this one over here is going to be for the rotors. Okay, not the rotors, the motors. And that's going to be for anything else. Great, that's going to build up over time, and we're going to use a lot of those for all the oil processing, because we're going to need a lot for the refineries. So for now, let me just go make them by hand while we wait for those to build up, and then we can just hand in the research. Okay, we've got enough motors, hand those in. Nice.
Milestone.
Okay, so now we've got
Oil
enough for the
acquisition and refining
refineries.
Oil
We just need to
based
make
products
5
can
more,
now
and we
be
can
made.
see the
The
processing
byproducts
limits.
of oil refinement.
Let's just make another 5. We can put down a refinery and then see what we can actually make inside there. The main ones we're going to be interested in to unlock the other tiers is going to be the plastic and the rubber. So definitely think we need to set up a plastic and rubber factory. And that's going to be using the crude oil. So that'll be perfect. Same thing for the rubber. We could do these, but that requires obviously the resin, and we're not going to be making fuel just yet. So I think let's get started with the plastic and the rubber, and then we can work on getting those in the tiers. But the next thing on the to-do list is going to be unlocking possibly the industrial manufacturing, so we can get the manufacturer and the computer, and we can start working on the modular frame for 3 and the adaptive unit for phase 3. So these are definitely the ones that we want to automate. So I think step 1, let's get the plastic and rubber going. Step 2, let's get the computers going. Then we'll worry about the modular engine and the adaptives. So modular engine, yeah, I can't see it until we've done the research. So let's just definitely select that. Or maybe, do we want to do this one first to make the package fuel, to then get the jetpack, then we'll go for the industrial? I think so. Okay, let's do this, and then we'll have to automate the heavy modular frame. That requires the industrial manufacturing. Okay, let's do the industrial manufacturing, then we'll transition to the alternative fluid, and then we'll go for jetpack, and then logistics. That sounds like a good way to do it. We can hand in the table so far when the pod returns. So let's get working on the industrial. We've got the motors coming through. Let's see if those are building up. Yep, so those are steadily going to keep building up. We just literally need the plastic and the rubber. To get the plastic and rubber, obviously the refinery, we need how much? 30 crude. So I'm thinking maybe let's do maybe 5 of each initially, so 15. So generally crude oil has about 150 crude oil per minute. So we can do 5 of those, and then I think the rubber is going to be the same. Yeah. So there's 2 or 3 really good spots. The one good spot is behind the hill over here in terms of getting the oil, but it's a bit of a pain trying to link it up here with our trains. So I think let's double back that side, and I'll show you what the beautiful place is for starting, giving this factory location. And the reason why we chose it is not only of the pure high node materials or minerals that we can use here, but it's actually the crude oil that's just behind there on the cliff. And I think there's 2 150s, 2 normal nodes, and I think there's a pure node as well. It's going to have a look. The factory is getting nice and big, so we're getting to all the other resources. So there's one oil down there and one oil down there. So I'm going to take a look at how much those are. Yes, we got an impure. Need to make 5 more motors. That comes in at 60, and if we did boost those with shards, do we have any power shards? No, but we can make some because we do have 2 slugs on us from our travels. Yes, we're going to need to boost it all the way, so we need 6 in total, and we've got 2, so we need 4 more. And I did see 2 yellow slugs over there and there on the way through here on the bridge, so that's going to be great. We can go get those. Then we can, yeah, we can make 2, assuming this one's impure. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one's impure. And then I think the pure one, oh, nice slug. I think there's a different node down here for the oil, somewhere down here. Yeah, there it is. And that one is a normal. There's a pure one in the distance, but let's use these 2 now. These impure ones will be great. So we can set up 2 sets of 5. So we can have 10 refineries, 5 for plastic, 5 for rubber. And then once we start getting to our power max, because we should be close to that now, at the bottom there we can go and set up a fuel generator once we've unlocked that. So I think that's a good plan. Let me get the materials and then we'll get started. I'll also go and get the slugs from there. That one's going to be a tricky one to get. And where's the other yellow one? Somewhere around here. Let me go and get those, and then we can beef up the oil, and then we can get started. So I've made it back to main base. I think the best thing to do now is just to put together a little shopping list of everything that we need. We have enough materials now. So we're going to need 10 refineries, 5 for the plastic, 5 for the rubber. We're going to need 2 extractors. We're going to need a lot of logistics in terms of the MK belts. Let's put like 200 on for that. I'd say possibly 200 in terms of logistics as well. And I think that's looking good in terms of what we need. We've definitely got enough motors because I've made some by hand while we're waiting for these ones to build up. But we should have built up quite a bit by now, so that's great. We can always extend. I've also filled up the platform that side and to extend the hyper tubes there so we can actually ride all the way. And I've put on some of the hard drives to do some research. So let's have a look-see. We've got the circuitry board. That's pretty cool. Petroleum coke style. This one, insulated oscillator. I don't really like the mats for this one. This seems cool in terms of the coil. I don't know. I didn't like any of those. Let's try another one and see what happens. Cool. Let's take the hypertube and let's get building by the crude oil. On the way there, I'll just sort of highlight. We've got that top one that's producing the pipe that's going through to the storage. We still need to get from here the 2 quartz and silica. We need to put those on the bus there. So I think the next thing to do would be to do that. But what we'll do is we'll get our plastic and we'll get our rubber, and then we'll do all four at the same time, and then get those to the storages on the other side. So this is the tube that I've just finished laying down, and I've filled up the platform here. The plan is now is to extend this out towards that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put down the crude oil extractors there, run them back underneath, and then through that hole over there that we're going to make, and through a hole over there that we're going to make. Then we'll have the one set of refineries this side, another set of refineries that side, pointing towards the middle, all linking up to this belt and conveyor network that actually links to take the parts that we can get to the storage. So we'll just have to see how high we have to go on here, because this is just the one wing of the constructors. We'll need to match this height, and then there'll be 4 high, one for the silica, one for the quartz, one for rubber, and one for plastic. So lots to get done. Let's start going. We'll see from the top there where we have to come down. Then let's do that on the other side as well. See where we have to bring the pipes through too. So we're going to add on to that, so we don't want to pull into this one. I want the one set of pipes to come up through this floor. And the other set of pipes to come up through. We need that one for the space. Feed onto the machines. Maybe this one. So that's perfect for the one set. So connect the other wing. We'll angle this one a bit more so it goes onto this platform. Okay, that looks good for that one. I just need to chop down some of these trees. They're getting a bit frustrating. Let's just run the power to them now. And with the extra slugs that we've actually made, we can get to the 150, which is what the intention was for the 5 plastic and the 5 rubber. We need 150 each. Okay, that's producing nicely. Now we just got to run the pipelines. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's do the other one. Looking nice and industrial. Oh, that's all linked up, 150. Yeah, let's head to the top and then we can start actually producing those into the canisters we'll set up. And we can link up the storages and then get going with the refineries. We're going to need the wall holes from our shop. So I think let's go get those. We put the wall hole in there and link it directly in there. That'd be awesome plan. That's the nice thing about having the hyper tubes now. You can just shoot back to base. Okay, let's go by the floor hole. Oh, seriously? Ah, we already got the floor hole, man. Didn't need to come back all this way. Well, at least we didn't have to run. Let's pull the hole. Same thing on this side. Okay, now let's get the floor hole. Add that into there. Same on this one. Now we're just going to go underneath and link those. Great. Okay, so now we're going to need to actually get some lift those because the head lift's not going to reach it all the way. Let's see what we can do in terms of that. We might need two. Let's put one here. Can take up 10 meters, so do right there. Should get it all the way to the top. Let's link it up to the power. You get that one a little bit higher. There should be good. Okay, the pipes looks like it's filling. Let's run the storage buffers on the end, the fluid buffers. And then that should be filling nicely. I don't think we got the head lift in the right place. Let's have another look. Might need to use 3 here. Let's use 3 for now and see. Okay, that's definitely pumping. That one's starting to pump. Okay, we just missed the extra one. Yeah, that's looking good. Hopefully these are filling now. There we go. Nice. Okay. So then we're going to link these up here. So these two will probably be reserved for the copper. I mean, sorry, not the copper, the rubber and the plastic. Let's get the refineries building on that side, refineries building on that side, so we can send the resources down through the middle. Placing the refineries, let's pick a nice spot. 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, that's going to be good for the rubber. And we need 5 more for the plastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Yeah, and then that's enough room in front to work with the logistics. Then we can feed both chains along here and then onto the top over there for feeding back into the storage. And we can make this extendable by going out this way. Might need to either bring up a little more crude oil from the bottom down that side, depending which ones we're going to use for power. Let's have a look at the power situation, because these refineries do eat quite a lot. Then the 2-4 mark, and these are going to be using 30 each, so that's 300 we're going to be using additionally. So we're currently consuming about 2, so we should be okay, unless it's obviously the max consumption kicks in. It's going to be tight, but I think it'll be okay. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, getting too close. I think we might need to actually put in some power storages. Maybe we should also hook that up just in case it does trigger the vault, or the trip switch. Let me break this for now. We'll still link this all up, get it all connected, and then we'll see thereafter. And then it should be okay with the extra power that we'll have from the power storages. Just finish short connecting the rest of the logistics. Okay, that's the one side done. Let's do the other. Nice, that's linked up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to drive the. Let's select that this is going to be plastic first. Let's mark these to be rubber. We're going to get all of these to feed down inside. Get the merger. Nice. Let's do the other side. And we can link up this going that way. Same thing from this side. Okay, we'll complete that chain later. Now let's get the rest of the output, which is going to be the heavy oil residue. Let's bring this way so that we can collect it later. For now, we're not going to be able to process the heavy oil residue into things like fuel just yet. So we're going to need some way of just collecting it once we've done the research from the hub. So let's just pull all of that liquid together. Let's do all the connections. Okay, let's put down the two buffers. We want to leave a little gap down the middle for the fuel to come later. Just like this. Okay, that'll be nice for the bolt. Cool. Now before we turn on those machines, let's go and see if we can just go and throw in some power storage. So let's race back to base in the hyper tubes. we can just go grab a whole lot of stators and we can put those down so that when we do flick on the power, even if it does trip, the factory's still going to keep on running. So that's the important thing. Let's see what we need for the power storages. So it's the modular frame, stators, we've got lots of coils. Okay, stators. Where are the stators at? There you go. In the modular frames. Okay, we already had some. I thought let's grab a couple of them. I think maybe 10. We have enough for 10. Yeah, looking good. Let's put it down the back of the factory this side. Link this to the power. One more. Okay, that's 10. Okay, these are going to start charging up. Should give us enough. Let's head back, connect everything up, and start producing the plastic and the rubber. Let's double check everything. That's all linked up. That's got power all sorted. These all have inputs. These are all outputs. So the only thing left to do is possibly just dump this now into a storage. Let's do that just so that we can get the hand in sorted. Let's do one of the small ones. Let's put it anywhere for now. And then let's link up the power. Okay, they're powering up. See the status. So we definitely are going to trip the switch when everything is consuming. But let's just hope that the other things aren't producing as much yet. But we are eating the resources, so it's going to be a fine line. Looks like it's holding for now, not going into the battery storage just yet. We just need to get it so that we get 200 plastic and 200 rubber, and then we can always disconnect just for the hand and for the industrial. So it should hold out just for that long. I'm going to let this run through it, and then we can grab what's been created and then go and hand in. Let the resources build up. Great. Select the rubber and the plastics. Head back to base. We can sign in. But I think before we head back, I'm still concerned that this is going to trip the factory because it's getting a little crazy. So let's cut this off for now. We're going to have to extend or do something with the power. So we're either going to have to add more coal generators or speedily go through to the fuel. So let's just see how we can do that after this hand and what the fuel research entails and what do we need for that, because we're going to have some tickets to possibly buy some computers if we need to for fuel generators. Let's just have a look, plan ahead. Need some more cables.
Milestone
Great,
reached.
that hand
The
is done.
manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at
Let's have a look at what we can do next. Okay, so the gas mask. We just have to create the fabric, but we have to get Nicaea from the cave for that. We do need to get the packaged fuel and the fuel coming, so it'll be nice to have the packager. Logistics, jetpack. Obviously, we want to get to the trains. We have to unlock the MK4 for the computers. I have been making some of the heavy modular frames until we've unlocked the manufacturer. At least we've got some of those to hand in for the belts. So we do need to do this for the fuel generator. I'm thinking we can still make a couple by hand to get some fuel generators up and running. Maybe let's just go buy the computers that we need now that we've unlocked the industrial manufacturing. So we should have that available to us in the shop. We can then hand in for the MK4 and then see what we need for the fuel generators to process the liquid that's coming out from the refineries. So yeah, I like that idea. Let's go and print some tickets. Let's look at the computers. I think let's buy 3 for now. And then if I'm not mistaken, we also did do some running around the map, and I think I did get some extra ones. Yeah, so we got those 2. We got a fair amount of computers. Okay, let's hand in this as soon as the pod's back. And then we can go look at what we need for the fuel generators to go and process the liquids. That's going to be great. Let's just stock up on everything we need and clear up the inventory of it. And look at the hard drive researches. I think we still got 1 on the go, so... Okay, so that one's finished. We've got automated speed wiring, coated steel plate, iron wire. Iron wire is nice for when you've got the extra resources or when you've got abundance of the iron. I think let's take that one. Get another research. So by the time the pods come back, that research would also have been completed. So let me wait that out, and then yeah, we can continue with the ball. The pods returned. Research is finished. Not so great. I do like this, but not the best. I think we can do better. Let's do the same research over again. Store the hard drives, tickets. Okay, and it's handed. Heavy, computers, rubber, and industrial. I see we're short on rubber. I'm just gonna head this way, then I'll be back just now. We were in luck heading back to the rubber plastic side. We had 200 rubber still in the storage, so just pick that up. We can come and hand in.
Milestone
Nice.
reached. The fuel.
Okay, so now let's look at the fuel generator, because that's what we've got. Obviously the manufacturer then. Fuel generator. Okay, so we need rubber, quick wire, heavy frame, and PCs. We've got lots for the PCs, which is fantastic. And the rubber, so we can do at least 5. We'll go and check the math now that side, and then we can reconnect it. We just need to make sure that we take some quick wire with us, because that's what we're going to need. So we have a little bit extra here. Let's maybe, while we're in base, just go and see what we need to top up with. Get a couple more resources. Don't need that much wire. Okay, that's looking good. Let's head back, and we can go and see the calcs. Cool, let's see the calculations here. So, each one of the rubbers is producing 20, and we've got 5 of this. That's 100 from that side. And this side is producing 10. Okay, so we've got 150. And at the moment, we've got them turned off because of the power. And this is starting to fill up. So let's flush these. Link them back up to the power. They can get going again. That'll build up the rubber and plastic. Now, let's see. So we've got 150. Let's check how much the actual refinery puts out for fuel. So it'll be 120 for 2, 50% on the next will be 150. And that'll give us 40 times 2 plus 20, so that'll give us 100. And then I think the fuel generators use 12. Let's have a look. In terms of production, fuel generator, we don't have enough rubber, but that'll come just now. Let's go see. Should be enough already. Pretty sure that uses 12. Okay, so 100 divided by 12. 8.3, so we need 9 generators with 1 underclocked. So we don't have enough materials for that, but at least we've got enough to start eating some of the output here to keep these machines going, producing the rubber and plastic. Let's just check the power situation. Yeah, it's a little dire. Let's try and get those at least 2 or 3 generators up and running quickly. That should help dramatically. Or drastically. So I want to be able to extend these that way, and this one this way. So I don't want to obstruct the path here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Maybe what we do is we go up a level with these, produce the fuel on the next level up. I'm not against that. Let's see how high that goes relative to this platform, and we can make it the same level. Going to cut through those, so we don't want to do that. We'll have to be slightly higher. Let me give this some thought. I've given it some thought now. I think what the best thing to do is let's just build up on this platform with the 3 refineries just behind here. The reason being is that these inputs down here from the crude oil are only going to produce a maximum of 150 in any event. So we're not going to get past 5 max on each side. So let's merge these two, and then we'll start putting them into the 3 refineries here, and then start producing the fuel, but we'll double back through here. So we'll leave this place over here for a conveyor belt to run through, and then we'll produce the fuel on that side, and then loop it around back into here. So let me do that. That's looking good. Okay, do we want to do the 3 that way? As long as we put the last one this side, that'll be fine. Which power should we think on? Okay, well, those all linked up. Let's now get those to start making residual fuel. So we've got 100 coming from here, 150 actually. So that's producing 100 on this side, that's producing 50 on that side. These combined 150. So this one doing 60 on this, or 40 on this side, 40 on that side. Let me just look at the inputs rather. 60 on this side, 60 on that side. So let's make the middle one do 30. So 10 essentially. That's going to eat up all 150 of the heavy oil residue, converting it to fuel. And then we've got 100 fuel coming out on the other side. Let's just make all of these reduce the residual fuel. Okay. Let's extend the platform a little bit. This platform now is going to be for the generators, for the extra power that we're lacking. While we wait for that to build up, let's maybe get going into a fluid buffer so we can pull up that excess. It's going to start filling up with fuel. These should be emptying slowly as these are filling. So that's going to be great. Okay, so now we've got our fuel to work with. Let's see. I think it'll be nice to extend this platform all the way over here so we can just get all the generators going. So let's make this platform a lot bigger. And the power is definitely on critical status at the moment. If I check the power pole here. Yeah, we actually would have triggered the tripwire on the factory. So it's a good thing that we built the extra power storages. You can see it's alternating between those. We definitely need to get those fuel generators up and running. So let's have a look. I think we said our calculations we need 9, right? So let's have a look. It's 100 fuel, so 40 from this one, 20 from the middle, 40 from the end. Yeah, so 100. And those ones have 12 per each. So we need 9 generators. So let's do 3 rows of 3. I like that. 3 rows of 3, and then we'll underclock the other one. Or actually what we could do is let's rather do 8 generators, and the excess we'll use with the packager to create fuel so that we can use it for the jetpack and for that hand. I like that. Let's do 2 rows of 4. So one, okay, you need more rubber. Let's go grab. Okay, so that's for this side. Let's do 4 the other side. And we just need to link up the power. So let's run through the back middle. Like the sound of that. Great. Let's have a look at the power now. Much better. Much better. Okay, that's going to build up now. Now we got excess that we still need to use, and we'll feed that into the machines that we're going to run this way. We're going to need some packages. So what do we need for the package research? I think that's the thing that we have to do next now that the power's sorted and this is running. Now, the only problem that we're going to have is that this is going to eventually back up. I can see the plastic's already backing up here, so we don't have a overflow for this. So for now, let me just take as much plastic as I can. I'll go and dump it that side, and then we'll feed these along the logistics soon enough. Back at main base, let's do the research for the fluid transport. We've got enough for the wire, and that's not a problem because we can just go and get those. So yeah, let's hand this in. Need some more motors. That's been building up, so that's perfect. And then we can make one more heavy modular frame by hand. We need... let me hand these in. Now we need screws. Nice.
Milestone
Yes, now we got the
reached.
packager.
Fluids can now be.
Now we can use the packager to take that excess fuel and put it into fuel containers that we can then also bring to the storage this side. Let's head back and do that. I'll get the packages going into, all the fuels going into storage. And then I think that's going to be it for this episode because we've done a lot. Next episode will be about all focusing on doing the logistics and linking it up to the storage with the overflows. Okay, the packager accepts fuel and empty canisters. Okay, so let's see. 8 times 12, that's how much we produce in here. 8 times 12, so 96. So we've got 4 fuel left. 4 fuel is going to be literally 10% of this. So that's great. Then we just need the empty containers, then we can get the packaged fuel going. So let's line this up with the middle platform here. That's good. Try this here. For now, we'll just feed this into a storage container. That's going to eat the 4 that's in abundance or over. And then what we need to do is we just need to get the empty canister. So what do we need from a constructor to produce that? Empty canister. We need 4 of those, so 4 divided by 60. 0.6667. .6. What was it? 0.6. It's 6.666 recurring. 7. There you go. I suppose I should have just gone 4. Okay, let's link this up. Now the only thing is we need to feed some plastic inside here, and that's only going to be 2 per minute. So we do have plastic that's been made in the factory here. What's the best way to get it around this side? Maybe what we can do is we'll feed on the belt here. We can just take it off the belt. The belt's going to go in this direction, so we might as well get this stack going. And then we can just take it off this one and feed it back that way. So let's do that. What's the maximum distance here? Okay, so I can go... Okay. And then it'll be... how high? Because it needs to be 12 and higher. $18. I think I'm counting something else. Yeah, it was. So it needs to be 12 high. So let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 and 13 will be for the plastic and the rubber. we currently got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 6 blocks in between. Guess we need to stack the rest on this one. One. 5, 10, 12, 13. Okay, link the top two. And then that's going to be our plastic and rubber going all the way that side. So now we can take off this belt. So we'll temporarily put this into the 12th one. Fix this up later. Okay, that's good. And then now we just need the splitter coming off from this. We do need to set the splitter up there. It's going to be a bit of a pain to get up there. Let's use the organization and get the lockout tower. We can set that up. Just high enough. We can do right to any center overflow. That'll send that plastic down. I think that's nice and neat for now. And then let's just link up the power to this. Great, it's going to produce the canisters. Then we just need to link up the power for the packager. Where's the power point? It's at the top. But the network hasn't fully pulled up with all the pumps getting to full saturation. It's just what I think was the problem is that the plastic had bolts up again. Let's check. No, it's still producing here, so that isn't the problem causing any backup. Okay, that's going. All of these are producing. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, here we go. This one doesn't have power. Okay, so that one didn't have power. That's what the problem is. These ones, yeah, they all look like they have power. Let's just double check them. Yeah, producing. Looking good. Okay, with that linked up now we should be getting the extra fuel that we need. going to take a time to build up, and then this should start getting the fuel, and then rinse and repeat. We should have the fuel heading along here, and then we can just reserve 12 and 13, and we'll also throw in another one for the 14. But yeah, I think we'll do that in the next episode. So that's great. We've done a lot of research. We're that much closer to being able to produce the next tier of items for the modular engine and adaptive, and that's what we'll be focusing on after the logistics is all sort of dragging these across. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.